Welcome to All Eyes on You, the only podcast that can be hit by a meteorite at any given point during the recording. Today, it's a chill day with just me, Josh Winrow, and
Jermaine Ayala.
And me, Josh Winrow. And
Jermaine Ayala.
And Jermaine Ayala.
And Josh Winrow.
That's us.
That's us.
That's us. TikTok, the meter's coming. How you doing today, Jermaine?
I'm doing good. A little bit tired, but I'm waking up as we're going. So
I get that.
How are you doing?
I'm sleepy. But sleepiness comes from a place of creativity, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I don't know where I'm going with that.
I mean, if you think about it, Einstein used to make himself go into this like altered state of consciousness where he would make himself really tired and he would wake himself up with dropping a spoon or
I heard
like
about that.
And it would basically make his brain waves on a certain level.
Yeah.
So that way he can keep thinking and coming up with like more and more creative stuff.
That's something that's really interesting to me. I found a YouTube series where this guy will live the routines of like, you know, very prominent feature people in history.
Okay.
And he'll do that. And there's some like really interesting ways that people would do things. Like some people would just take 20-minute naps every day. That's it. They wouldn't sleep. Some people would take like 4-hour sleep. Some people would be in bed for 8 hours. Some people would be in bed for 12 hours, something like that.
Jesus.
And it's just interesting, like looking at that, of how different people will have different ways of being productive. So there really is no set way.
Nope.
So all those, it's been a minute. No, it hasn't. I don't know. All those bullshit self-help things that say you need 8 hours of sleep. Fuck you. I'm gonna sleep however I want.
Yeah.
Starting beef right now.
I'm gonna sleep. Not at all.
Fuck yeah. You know what? Do it. See what happens.
Speaking of sleep, if you could choose something to get rid of, whether that be sleeping, eating, or using the bathroom, or drinking water, that doesn't really matter, so you don't really have to do that one. But what would you choose?
Like just one?
Yeah, just one.
See, like my first immediate response is sleeping, in the sense of like I feel like at nighttime is one of my favorite, you know, like buzzwords. One of my favorite buzzwords, liminal space. I feel like nighttime is such a liminal space for me to get ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
So I really do love being awake at night.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be constantly awake. I'm gonna get bored.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to lay down, and then at that point, what am I going to do? So I was going to the bathroom because, like, biologically, like, yeah, that makes sense. Got to get rid of waste, but at the same time, it's like if I don't have to do that, shit. Like, how many hours do we spend on the toilet?
Exactly.
Think about that in your life.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm gonna look that up now. I'm that curious about it.
I think I would choose sleep.
I mean, yeah,
Get rid of sleep.
it just makes sense.
Yeah, because I feel like most of the time I'm way more productive at night. So if I didn't have to sleep or feel exhausted, that'd be it. You know, stay awake all the time and get so much done.
True.
Stuff done in a day.
Leave a comment. Let us know, what would you give up
Yeah, what would you give up?
and why? One poop per day at 12 minutes each would be 4,380 per year, or 73 hours per year. The average lifespan is 79 years old. So by 73, 5,767 hours. That's how much time we spend on the toilet.
Listen, you could be using all that time to become platinum in League. Diamond? Become, you know, play some Rocket League and actually become really good.
That's what you would spend your time doing?
No, not me.
Oh, okay.
But I know there's somebody out there who's like, okay, I don't got to use the bathroom ever again. Shit, I'm going to just sit here. And
well, no shit, actually.
yeah, no shit. I don't have to go use the bathroom, so I'm just going to sit here, bang it out in COD, become diamond.
Do they say that you need to spend like, what, 100 hours to do something well?
Yeah.
Is it 100 hours or is it more?
I'm just going to go for 100 hours.
Yeah, it makes sense, 100 hours.
More sense.
So, like, if you don't have to sleep, that's like, what, like 2 days, like 3 days is 72 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So then, like, that's 4 days. Math isn't mathing right now. That's 96, right? Yeah, the 4 days, you're almost done. Mm-hmm. You almost got it there. So if you could do something for 4 days straight, just right then and there, you'd have it down almost.
Oh, yeah. You would absolutely be able to learn things quicker because you wouldn't have to go to sleep like at all.
Oh no.
So you could just sit there and just, if you're like, I'm losing the word where you hyper focus. If you sit there and hyper focus for like 3 or 4 days, and you're just like banging it out.
And you don't have to go to the bathroom. You don't have to sleep. You don't have to do anything. But you would get bored probably.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like especially,
there'll probably be moments where like you'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna act like I'm asleep. Just laying.
Yeah, I feel like I would like imagine that. Like if I didn't have to sleep, I'd still be like finding myself like, oh, I gotta go to bed, and you're like, wait, you don't sleep, right? And I'm like, oh, I gotta. I'm like one eye open, going like, yeah, I gotta go to sleep. Just wait until they leave.
Yeah, there'd be a constant excuse. No.
Exactly. It's just like, but you don't need to. You told me you don't need to sleep. Like, no, what are you talking? That was a joke. Yeah. I just don't sleep that much. I'm like, people sleep like what, 8 hours? I sleep like 6 hours. Yeah. Yeah. That's how many hours I sleep.
Something like that.
Don't ask me what I'm doing in the middle of the night. Okay, Jermaine. I have a thing for today that we're gonna try. We're gonna do ethical, moral dilemma examples, questions.
Okay.
See how we differ, how we are the same. So you gotta stretch, gotta get ready for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Get brain power going.
So this is like the most basic one that I've heard so many people do is the trolley problem.
Okay. Yeah.
So a trolley is headed towards 5 people who are tied to the tracks. You have the option of pulling a lever to switch the trolley over to another track where there's only one person tied up. Do you pull the lever or do nothing and let the trolley continue on its path, killing 5 people? Pretty much you kill 1 person or 5 people.
Okay.
And I know one thing that make it like a bit more harder to choose is like 1 person that you know and love.
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of humanity, I would choose the 1 person over the 5. Because even though I would love that, I love this person and they mean a lot to me, I think losing 5 people would kind of be more
morally taxing.
Yeah,
because you have taxing. Like not only the 5 people, but the 5 people's families and friends and everyone else.
Yeah.
But like the other person probably would like understand,
Hopefully.
Yeah. See, here's what I would do. I would wait until it's going really fast and then Tokyo drift it and kill all 6 people at once. Exactly.
Get it like this way.
And just Tokyo drift and like have the theme playing and everything. They're like, who are you gonna save? No one.
No. Yeah, let's step it up another, right? Uh-huh. Instead, you untie the first person who's on the track by themselves, and you stand there and get hit.
No, my God, even better. You lay down yourself and you try to kickflip the train over the 5 people.
You try to kickflip the person over the train. Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be sick as hell. Mm-hmm. It's just like, people could die. Yeah, but it'll be sick, right?
Yeah. So this will be the new style, Everybody will love this.
Everybody's gonna be kick flipping trains and people now, and it's like
the future of human surfing.
Human surfing. That's a great. Okay, this is how that's gonna be. This is how all these questions are gonna be. Probably. All right. Here's the lifeboat dilemma.
Okay.
You and a group of people are stranded in a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean. Mm-hmm. There's only enough food and water for half of the people to survive until rescue arrives. Do you sacrifice the weaker members of the group to ensure the survival of the stronger ones? Or do you try to distribute the resources evenly and risk everyone dying? I mean, this feels like...
Yeah, this is pretty simple. Distribute the resources.
I mean, yeah.
Because, nobody needs to die.
Yeah, we can survive on, a very small amount. It would suck, but, as long as we had something. Yes.
And then not only that, you guys have each other.
Yeah, and if you're stranded in the ocean, you could fish. Mm-hmm. I know it's not impossibly easy to do, but you can survive off of pelicans, you can eat fish, you can eat your clothing.
You can eat each other.
That's what it would be, is kill the weaker ones, eat them, or just throw them off the boat. But then at that point it's just
but if you throw them off the boat, that's in terms of survival, that would be a waste.
It would be, because who knows what they can do.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, it's you don't know when rescue's arriving, but rescue's arriving. Mm-hmm. I feel like that was implied in the question, right?
I don't know. It's more like a moral problem. If like
no, it doesn't say like
you're like the
rescued.
only person that they find left, and they're like, didn't that boat have like 100 people? And you're just like,
I don't know. I gotta survive. See, in my opinion, it's one of those things where it's like, if it just happens.
Yeah.
You know, like some people are going to make their own decisions. Mm-hmm. Like some people are going to be like, you know what? I want to live. I'm going to make sure that I will live and these other people will live. Some people are going to be like, I feel like it would be better if I were to give up some of my own food for someone else.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like people would do that more than like, way to kill them. Like, I don't think people would really do that. Like maybe in specific groups to be like, let's kill them.
Yeah. It'll probably be like that one guy.
This reminds me of something that it's not entirely similar, but it kind of is. So there's this show on Netflix called Too Hot to Handle.
Okay.
It is a reality show where they take a bunch of sexually provocative models and Instagram influencers.
Interesting. Okay.
Put them on like an island resort, and then, you know, everyone's going to try to have sex, of course, and hook up and whatnot. The whole point is that they can't have sex. They can't, like, do things.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, a prize pool of, like, I think $100,000 that gets divided across the group. And, like, the whole point is for them to learn to be more connected and having to actually come together. And since it's a shared prize pool, whenever people, like, slip up and do that, they price out acts at certain dollar amounts.
Okay.
So what ends up happening in the show is like few people will be like, yeah, I really like you. And like, oh, I really like you too. It's like, oh, but I really want to, I just got to feel you up. And it's like,
gotta touch that skin.
Yeah, exactly. They act like they have to or else they're going to die. And then like whenever they do stuff, they, you know, take money out of the prize pool. And then everyone gets affected by that. And what's really funny about the show is like, there's some people who are so like, I don't want to mess with my money at all.
Yeah.
I don't like, no, I'm going to get this money. And there's other people who are like, and they will do it whenever and with whoever. That's just hilarious. Because.
That's crazy.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking of is like, in a weird, like at a very less like high stakes kind of situation. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it would be similar to that where it's like people are going to be like, some people are like, I mean, I guess, and some people are like, no, we have to do this. We have to do it. I'm counting it out. I'm pricing everything.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. That show is
definitely going to be like being on a raft with someone. There's going to have to be like some type of leadership and somebody like overseeing all of the foods and stuff. So that's the person you'll be fighting with.
Yeah, and it's just like at that point, why?
Yeah. You know, because if they're gone and you guys don't easily distribute the food, you're all dead. So
I gotta show you Too Hot to Handle because I won't lie, I actually really like it, and I don't like reality TV.
I think I'd get a kick out of that.
Okay, so the reason I even started watching it, I was looking for something on Netflix, and I was like bored. I saw it, I was like, oh, that's so dumb. I watched the first episode of making fun of it, and I binge watched it.
You were like, damn, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it gets to you because it does. The first episode's always so like, oh, they're just so hot. They're so like everyone's like, oh, I'm so hot and blah blah. And then as the show goes on, it's like, yeah, so my mom died and I'm like this because I'm looking for intimacy, but I don't know how to get it. And it's like, oh.
This is like, damn.
And it's like, yeah, I have a son and I would really like him to have a father figure in my life or in their life. And I just want to find the right person for that. And it's like, damn, okay.
All right.
And that's why I like it so much. Like, honestly.
It's kind of sort of like, in a way, normal people being thrown to build like something together.
Yeah, see,
it'd be platonic in a way, but obviously
it's like having to build like a more intimate relationship.
Yeah,
because I do agree with that. I mean, you know how I write. Mm-hmm. I feel like it is kind of lost to like really get to know people.
Yeah,
it's kind of more rushed to getting specific things. So I just think it's funny, and like that's weirdly why that show's appealing, and it is funny. Oh, I forgot to mention. So. I think it's, I don't remember the name of it, but like there's a robot little Alexa device thing that announces when people have done stuff, and they will name it one by one, and then they'll like say how much it was, but they don't tell who did it. So what ends up happening is like in the morning or night or whatever they do, it's like, hello everyone, today I hope you all had a great day, but someone broke the rules.
Uh-oh.
And then they'll go through and be like, A hand job, $5,000.
Oh God.
An oral sex, $10,000. Blah 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 blah. And oh no, it's like a lot. And then the grand total is $20,000 deducted from the prize pool. And then everyone's just like, who the fuck did it? And the people who always do it, they're either like really cheeky and like, who did that? I don't know. And then some people are like genuinely like so like stressed. They're like borderline like about to like
know? Well, how did they know?
They have cameras everywhere. They see it. Also, I'm just gonna say this: there's straight up porn of that. Like there has to be, because someone has to edit that.
Yeah.
There's cameras in the bedrooms, and there's a shared bedroom.
I wouldn't be surprised if like there's probably like some like background porn sort of.
Like that's gotta be illegal. Like that has to be like in the contracts that like they are not doing that. There's some editor out there who has that.
Yeah. They've got the material, man. So
I know, and it's like
y'all be careful what you do.
I will say from season 1, there's a couple who, I won't lie, they were kind of like the villain couple because they were the ones who were like doing shit.
Okay.
And like going from person to person. It's weird because like they would flirt at first, and then whenever they like didn't agree, they would go like to other people, and they would do stuff with them constantly. So what would end up happening is they would lose money throughout, and they got together and they were all like, you know, it's true love. I love you. And it's like, it's been a month. But then like, I did try to follow like if they were still together, and they did like a reunion from like, I think a year later, and it's like, oh, we broke up. And I was like, damn. But it was just so funny because I think they ended it with them being engaged. And I was like, damn.
I mean, that's some spice there, though.
Yeah, it is. It's such an interesting show, and like I won't lie, it's actually pretty good. Now I'm just off the rails thinking of like reality TV. I don't like reality TV. I really don't.
I like. There's only one reality TV I like, and it's called.
If it was the same one I'm thinking of.
No, it's about dogs, pit bulls and parolees.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a show about. This woman owns a dog sanctuary, and it's mainly adopting and saving and rescuing pit bulls.
Yeah.
And they have a program where people who are on parole would come and work with them. So people who are fresh out of jail gets to bond and learn how to like take care of dogs and kind of build a friendship and a relationship with the dogs and the owner. And it's a really good show.
It sounds good.
Not only do you see the development of the parolees, where you know they come out of prison and you know they're hard because they're used to that life. Yeah, you get to see them soften with the dogs and become more like you get to see their personality. And the woman who runs the place is a badass. She's like this short, like blonde woman, and you would never expect like she has strength to her, but she is stern. She is strong, and I'm like, damn.
She's putting them in order. Yeah. She's putting the dogs and them in line. The dogs and the dogs in line.
Yeah, the two Ds, the DDs. Bro, she was.
Jermaine, you sound like you're in love with this woman.
I admire her.
You know what? Yeah.
Because some point in my life, I do want to open up like an animal sanctuary. Yeah. And rescue and take care of, you know, the animals who have either been harmed or left alone. Yeah. So I really look up to her because she's doing what I want to do in the future.
I get you.
So I appreciate what she's done and all the people she's helped, especially with the parolees, because after they get out of prison, they get a second chance.
And now they have like this new kind of like found
love, found everything.
I really love those stories whenever like people go to prison and they find something new to love. Mm-hmm. Like there's a documentary I saw at the Philadelphia Film Showcase where I think it was like libraries exchanging books with the inmates, and like they would be so into it because they would get like new books every month or so, and they would go book after book and learning so much, and you can really see like there's a passion there. Yeah. Or even like cooking, for example. I love whenever you see like the inmates really like fall in love with cooking, and they're like, you can see that the skills there. You can see how much they put themselves into it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's one prison that allows them to adopt cats.
I saw about that. Yeah.
And, from what I hear, it's a pretty the prisoners are pretty like well kept.
Yeah.
They are very happy when they have these cats, and it helps them not only get along with the cats but with each other, because
because you learn empathy through that.
And it's amazing seeing stuff like that. And I just hope the prison system becomes more like rehabilitation than what it is now, because if we do want something to like the future to advance, especially people who have been disadvantaged like that, and that would be the best way to bring them back into what you would call society. That, with more empathy, learning how to be to get along with other people, that is a pretty good system.
I'm looking for a good one. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Moral dilemmas really gets you to see what kind of person that
someone is.
Yeah, someone is. You get to quiz them and test their morality tester. That's what it is. Like the vigor tester for Fallout New Vegas. You just grab it and it tests your like strength, but gives you stats and stuff. That's how I would imagine a moral dilemma test.
Oh my god, these are just getting like political now.
Oh god,
I should have read through these before I got them. I have okay. This isn't a real one that like from here, but it made me think of it because it's about human enhancement.
Okay.
How does one become a cyborg, in your opinion?
A cyborg? Okay. So, they still have their brain.
Yeah.
They are just pieces of them, such as their legs, their arms.
Okay.
Maybe even their heart would be robotic.
Okay. So, if I tape a gun to my hand, I'm a cyborg, right?
Well, yes and no.
Why not?
A gun doesn't have circuitry.
Okay, so if I if I tape a camera to my hand, am I a cyborg?
Yes,
then?
I will believe. Yes, you are now a cyborg.
I just tape it. I super glue it to my hand. I'm a cyborg. I'm the cyborg filmmaker photographer.
Yeah.
And then I'm permanently a cyborg. As long as it's taped onto me, though.
Yeah, stapled onto you, actually.
I just staple it on. Yeah, I can staple. How do you staple a camera?
How do you staple a camera without it breaking? Yeah, you're right. Unless we literally...
Do you staple a camera without it breaking?
We take your hands off, and your hands are now just the camera.
Okay, imagine... Here's the problem about that. How do I press record?
It's mental. You're just record.
Dude, I have the Neuralink connected to my camera, and I'm just like...
Taking photos and video and all.
But at that point, why would I connect it to my hands? That's pointless. Like, it would be better to be like, because I could just be like turning the cameras off and off, off and off. Yeah, just off.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's an invention a scientist didn't really think through. He was just like, yeah, I'm going to build this because it looks awesome. And then builds it and goes, actually, there's no point in doing this.
That's what I mean. It's like, well, truthfully, it doesn't matter.
I could have just put it in his eye, but I wanted to make it difficult.
That's like every superhero. If you think about it, you're like, did you need it to do it that way?
Yeah. Did that need to happen?
Yeah. I mean, like...
You could have at least sat him down and maybe even, been like, it's not a good idea.
I know.
But no, we're going to rush in and beat everybody up.
Exactly. But, anyways, so I'm a cyborg now, right?
Yep.
So, that means I'm the peak of human evolution.
Sure.
Because I have cameras stapled to my hands.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's something like that. Peak of human evolution in what way?
I'm above human because I have technology combined with my human flesh.
That's oh my god. Sure, that's why I say that. Sure, because you're not really. It's not really beneficial.
What's not beneficial about it? Tell me what's not beneficial about it.
What is changing other than
I can use a camera at any point.
What? It can only do that.
I can put my cameras in places where I normally can't because I can go I can put my hand up and I have the camera attached.
Yeah, you can walk into the bathroom stall and go. So
no.
In a crowd, you're walking through New York City and there's just a crowd in Times Square and you're just like this, with your hands up.
Yeah, but But like I can't see through them.
No, you can't.
So what am I doing?
You're putting your arms up in the sky and hoping to the Lord that you're picking up something like good.
How do I change the batteries?
It doesn't. It runs off your heart. So if you die, you're done.
Cameraman.
Cameraman.
The SD card is my brain.
Yeah. You seem like Cyberpunk. They click their neck and they take out the chip. That's why I would imagine that to be something in Cyberpunk. Where it's like this dude was just sitting down and he was like, I want to get some cool cybernetics. But like,
He staples cameras.
Yeah, staples a camera to his hand. He's poor, so he staples a camera to his hands.
Like an actual like not even like a DSLR or like a nice camera. It's just like one of those like not film ones, disposable camera.
Yeah.
And he's I'm out. And then what do you do? It's like, oh, do I just get another one? Do I take it off? It's like a part of me now. It does remind me. There is a hero in My Hero Academia who like was like a journalist, and like his whole power, which is disgusting, is that he can make lenses appear anywhere on his body.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
And like I would thought about it, but then I was just like, where's the SD card go? How do you get the cameras? How do you get the photos off?
Oh yeah. How would he get the footage out?
Like, can he change the lens to like anything? Can he like have a telephoto lens in his like right arm? Can he like put like a macro lens?
Does his finger turn into like an SB and he has
I know,
to
but
sit
then like
there
at the
and
same
edit
time,
videos while he's like
he's plugged in.
Yeah.
but then like how would he upgrade? Like we use a tilt shift lens for, you know, Whirly, and that's a pretty like, I would say kind of recent lens. Would he have a tilt shift lens in his body?
Exactly. What is it like? The first person who makes like a lens, his body would just copy it.
That's what I mean. Is like, is it copying the lens, or is it like he only has a set amount of certain lenses? Because at that point,
he would be out of date.
He would be out of work because like it'd be like, your pixels are a bit out of date. Like you don't have the megapixels that we're looking for.
That's a whole side story.
Oh my god,
a whole side story.
If he was a fucking videographer, just imagine it's like, yeah, so I have these lenses coming in my body and I can take pictures and whatever. It's like, does it do 4K? And it's like, I don't know. It's like, I really want a 4K. Do you have a drone? That's the question that I would get so many times. Like, do you have a drone? And it's like, why would we need a drone for the thing that we're doing?
People want drone shots for some reason.
Drone shots are just they're like a novelty. They're pretty, you know. You can put them in. They're pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they can
get good. They can get good angles in like certain environments, but like I used to watch this one guy who he would fly his drone through abandoned buildings.
See, those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would do like stunts and stuff inside of them. That was really cool.
I think it's really interesting how like some people can just be drone videographers entirely.
Yeah.
Because like
it's definitely
there's a whole
skill.
market for that.
It's a skill because flying a drone and getting the making sure the camera angles are always like steady or at least like doable. It's very difficult.
One of these days, we need to get a drone and then just make an entire short film just using a drone.
Yeah.
Just like exclusively using this drone for the entire plot.
Oh yeah.
But how would we do that though? Like what would it be?
I feel like it'd be a film kind of told in like a
surveillance route.
Yeah, in a surveillance.
Because there's no way to like really have it like be super like you could get him close, but like I feel like that's like dangerous.
It would kind of be like something close to like District 9, but instead of like someone following them around with a camera, you could establish it like this is like some type of like camp or island that's really hard to get to, and this drone is just recording what they're doing and how they interact with each other in the world.
True. That'd be
really cool, like type of thing to show.
Okay, this goes back to the reality TV bit that we were just doing. So I just remembered another show that I used to like, and I watched with a kid called Kid Nation. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard a little bit of it.
And it's this entire like thing where they have a bunch of kids, you know, a whole bunch of different ages.
Yeah.
And they put them in like an old rundown like Western town that they have to essentially survive. You know, they give them food, water, everything that they need.
Yeah.
But like there's no adult supervision.
Okay.
So people like make their own like little groups and like their own like government system and whatnot. And like it was so interesting because in my head I would always be like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I know what I'd do as a kid. But it was just, I don't know. It's just so wild to like watch it because like it was like I'm pretty sure like 100 kids starting off, and then like
Jeez.
you know they get to go home whenever they like
Yeah.
can't handle it, or like I think there's elimination, but I don't remember. But there were like literally kids like as young as I think, like I want to say like 8, but I could be wrong, and then like up to like 17 or 16.
Damn.
You know, so it's just crazy to think about
We
because
definitely need more shows like that because I would love to see like
I feel
a
like
study done of something like that.
Yeah.
Where everybody can see of what would it be like if a younger generation would take over like the government.
yeah, if they had to govern themselves.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
What
we
would
had
they
like a whole
establish?
thing back
In what direction?
years ago where there was a bunch of reality shows where kids had to do something. Like the girls versus boys home makeover thing.
Oh,
Room makeover.
okay.
Did you ever see that?
No,
It
I
was
didn't
like-
even know that was a thing. Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole show, and the entire premise was like, I'm pretty sure girls versus boys, which I think was hilarious, is that they had to. Well, what do you think it would be? Like girls versus boys, home makeover, room makeover. What do you think the plot was? What do you think it was?
I want to say that it was probably the boys and the girls getting together, not together, but
Yeah.
separately, to design a room in a style.
Kind of. So they would have to design a room for the other team that they would have to like.
Oh, that's
So the whole entire premise was so interesting to me because you have them against each other trying to make something that the other one would like.
yeah.
And most of the time, if I remember correctly, the girls won.
Well,
Because like the boys would do things that were like, oh, girls love this, of course, but no. They would do things for themselves and the girls would be like, yeah, boys probably like this. Yeah, they probably like he said he likes this. So they
Yeah.
did that, and then you know, it's just interesting.
Yeah, that is because you definitely see the difference in dynamic where it's
Oh, yeah.
like women are way more capable of seeing an outside perspective and learning a different person.
Yeah,
While
like, I
it's a little
think-
bit difficult for men. They can do it.
Especially at an early age because
Yeah.
they're like not told to. They're not like taught to like, hey, pay attention to people outside of yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, reality TV. I can't believe I'm saying this. I learned from reality TV. I learned.
There's definitely something
reality
you can
TV.
learn from reality TV.
Yeah, I guess like in a weird way, it's shown trashy to get attention, but there is substance to it when you actually sit down and watch it. You know, because you can learn a lot about like, for example, I'm sure I don't watch The Bachelor, so I wouldn't know this. So tell me if I'm wrong, but The Bachelor kind of does show a sense of like, you know, having to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
And like just having money isn't gonna be all,
Yeah.
you know,
It
because
only gets you so far.
yeah, exactly, and like even being just attractive isn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that's interesting. And then another reality TV show, on Netflix specifically, I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it's interesting. It's a dating competition where they're in masks, as in animal masks.
Oh, I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of it. It's a really quick show, and it literally is a bunch of people who are put into full costume, and they go on these dates with these people, and they just talk, and you can't see what they really look like.
Yeah. So they
So
have
then
to get to know each other.
They have to get to know each other. They go on like a couple dates. They try to see like, oh, is the vibe there or not?
Yeah.
And then when the full reveal happens, like, oh, do you think that we should actually like, you know, go on an actual date? And it's interesting. And like the show is pretty quick, you know, like it's not like one of those really drawn off, like the entire season is one person.
Yeah.
No, every episode is like a different group of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So definitely watch that. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, this just has me thinking about like reality TV in the sense of like what I would want to make. Because even though I'm not a huge fan of reality TV. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I really need to like.
Maybe you are Mr. Reality TV.
Maybe I am. Maybe I just like. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like my perspective of it is, you know, no, I like it. I'm gonna say I like it. I'm gonna stop being like, oh, I don't like it because blah blah blah. But it's just interesting. I like
Done
seeing
right,
people's
it's
lives.
good. I definitely reality TV along the lines of like learning about a person and having those people get along with also other people who are similar or very
different in themselves. Yeah.
It helps teach like social skills.
Yes,
you can see
exactly.
an outside perspective of like, oh, that guy's pretty bad, or this guy has some good.
Especially because like on TV, people are going to put up a show.
Yeah.
And then you can see whenever they're put in situations where that's brought down, like they're like having to think genuinely or say something that makes them vulnerable.
Yeah.
Those moments are the realest moments, which of course is like kind of scripted. The producers are like edging towards that and whatnot. But
now,
like,
imagine one that isn't, where it's literally
like
just
genuinely
all
just
raw, like experiences and opinions.
That would be interesting. Well, Twitch. That's just Twitch.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just Twitch.
That's the what is it? Chat with me? I forget. There's a specific.
Oh, you mean the category?
Yeah, the category.
I think it's just. I actually don't know. I don't really watch Twitch. Maybe I should. Who knows? Anyways, Jermaine, I want to watch more Love Island.
Yeah. I used to watch. Go back and watch. It was a tow trucking with this lady named Bernice. And
Bernice.
Yeah, she was like this bulky black woman who would tow people's trucks, and the show was scripted, but her as a character was amazing.
I love
she
that.
was so funny. I missed that show. That show was pretty decent.
Yeah.
But hey, go in the comments and tell us what kind of reality TV shows you'd like, or at least you would like to make, or at least what would you change about reality TV?
I have something I'd like to change.
What would you like to change?
You in this room. Get out. Now that he's gone, I'm going to watch Love Island. Nope. Too hot to handle. Wait, Love Island? I haven't even watched that before.